Well, hey, Rebecca.
Hey,
Thank
Christina.
you so much for meeting with me today. I know that, unfortunately, you can't be with us this weekend, so that's why I just had to get together with you today because you have so much awesome expertise to share with us, and I know all of our consultants are going to be really benefiting this weekend from it.
Oh, well, thank you. Thanks for coming over.
Oh, gosh.
We live in the same city, but we so seldom see each other.
I know.
Always
This is
a
fun.
pleasure.
I know. Well, hey, I wanted to talk to you today about your bookings. You are the queen of sales, of course, and bookings and host coaching. And I truly believe, like we were talking earlier, that it's all a big circle of life, basically. If we don't host coach well, those bookings that we do have, if we don't host coach those well, they're in turn not going to have a good turnout at their shows, which means they're not going to have good sales. The host is not going to be happy. Therefore, we're not going to get the bookings because not a lot of people are going to be there, won't have the leads, won't have the recruits. I think it's just a big circle. And so what I wanted to see if you could do for us today is basically tell us when you are, and I think it's all going to start at your show like you talked about, when you are at your show and you are doing your full service checkout, take us from there, like what you're going to do with someone who says, yeah, okay, I would like to book a show. Okay, what do you do?
Well, I kind of think it starts before the actual full service checkout.
Oh,
I think it kind of starts with
Yeah.
the show itself.
I agree.
I think having a good show, whether you do station style show or you do a traditional show, I really feel like doing a good show, having energy, knowing your products, having a good recipe is key.
Yes.
And then throughout the demonstration, you have got to be showing at least 2 power tools. So I show the double burner grill pan and the rock crock.
Yes.
Or, I've taken the all-purpose pot with me to my show.
Me too.
What's been very interesting, at the one show I did use that.
Yeah.
I felt like a new consultant. Because I have studied.
Yeah.
It was a great revelation to me.
Good.
I have studied the deep cover baker, the rock crock,
Yes.
the burner, the grill pans, the double burner grill pan. And I feel like I can really paint a picture on how they can use that every meal of the day. But I'm not there yet with the all-purpose pot. So it was a great revelation to me that how new consultants feel, but also to really work that myself. But you've got to be showing at least 2 power tools and paint a picture of many ways of how they can use it so they can get value out of that product, whether it is they're paying full price or they're booking. So you've got to be planting the seeds throughout your demonstration and then share the benefits of booking very promptly. I do a prompt demonstration. I don't have a long drawn out one. My demonstration, and I do the traditional cooking shows.
Yes.
That's what I like.
Yes.
And if I get the results, then I stick with it.
Absolutely.
But I want to share with them the benefits of booking very quickly because I try to keep my demonstration quick enough so that people will want me in their house and I'm not taking their whole evening.
Yes.
Because sometimes we have a long drawn out. I want them to have time to shop,
and
eat.
share.
That's
with
important.
each other,
Important. Just hang out and have fun with the friends, meet new people, chat with me or whatever. And you can use the back of your catalog or you can use the booking slide or whatever is most interesting to you. And I hit just the highlights of the booking slide. I don't really focus on everything.
Right.
I really focus on the free, the half price, and then the booking benefit.
Good for you.
And then at full service checkout, I ask everyone if they'd like to host a show.
No matter what.
No matter what.
I like it.
Or they've already told me they want to host a show, so then I don't have to ask them. And that does happen. I love those people.
I do too. Hey, I want to host a show. Okay, I guess I'll let you.
And if they say no, I honestly will ask them, do you know anyone who might want to host a show? Or do you want me to check in with you later on? If they're just a definitive no, I keep on going. Good. And if I'm done with checking them out, they're usually faster to process. They're there to buy, support their friend, and keep on going.
And keep moving.
And so I put my time really into the people who want it.
Absolutely.
So
that's beautiful.
If someone does tell me they want to host a show, I say great. I do my shows on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, but I'm flexible. So I will do them other nights, but it's very rare. Usually they can fit one of those nights in. I'll say, would one of those days of the week work for you? And if they say, okay, well, I could do a Thursday or I could do a Monday and a Thursday, I open up my calendar right away and I say, well, great. I have these Mondays and Thursdays available. I'll give them 2, 3, 4 dates to choose from. And oftentimes they'll tell me, I don't have my calendar with me. I need to check work. I need to check home.
We all hear that.
Yeah. So how I get around that, I totally understand.
Absolutely.
Because I have everything in my calendar. So I will say, not a problem. Are you a texter, emailer? If they're a texter or an emailer, I'll text them, email them right now.
I love it.
And I'll say, do you mind checking your calendar when you get home tonight? Because you'll have the text from me. Or when you get to work in the morning.
Good.
Or If it's in the morning and it's at work, I may just say, do you want me to text you in the morning?
Oh.
Because if I text them tonight,
right.
they see the text and it shows that it's read, they may totally forget all about it.
Absolutely.
So those are the options that I handle. I just kind of feel them out.
Good.
And I'll say too, I might say, now, I know that I'm texting you tonight, and if I don't hear from you within the next day or by tomorrow afternoon, do you want me just to text you again as a reminder?
Awesome, because you are getting their permission.
Right. I want to always be in control of it being okay for me to reach out to them.
The ball is in your court, not theirs.
Always.
Oh, beautiful.
Always.
I love this. Yeah. This is good stuff.
Well, good. I hope it's helpful to you and to others. And then I start, for anyone who books a show, if I'm very certain that they're going to have a date, we just have to nail down the date and the next day, I will start host coaching them right away.
Good. So right there at the show.
Yes. So in my packet, I've got the catalog, I've got the host special, and an outside order form.
Good.
And the outside order form has the guest special on it. So I stopped printing the guest special usually just for the extra ink.
Yes, absolutely.
And paper. And you can put in your recruiting information and that's it. Oh no, there's one other thing. I do a brainstorming sheet. Yes. I have something called 50 People in 5 Minutes. Some of you probably have that. It's easy.
Right.
And I tell them, it literally will take you 5 minutes.
It will.
For me, the most important thing is a good invitation list. It doesn't matter the recipe.
Right.
Because I've already prepared a list of recipes, a menu that they can choose from. So I know that whatever they choose is going to be a great recipe.
Absolutely, because you're used to that and you've already practiced.
And it's showing power tools. Yes. And I'm showing or talking about easily $1,000 to $2,000 worth of products in my demonstration. So I know that those recipes can accommodate that.
Awesome.
It's not $200 or $300. It's
it needs to be big ticket items.
Right.
And do you agree that whether or not you are completely used to using these products or you know everything about them, you should use them anyway at your shows and still talk about them and tell about them, because I think that does encourage bookings.
Absolutely, because if you don't use them at your shows, study them when you're at home, you will never get over that hump.
Absolutely.
And I've had to get over that hump with multiple products. That's where I am right now, but I had to get over the hump with the Rock.
Absolutely.
I remember a time when the deep covered baker was pulled from the catalog for guests. Only hosts could get it. So we had to find a new product to use, and they really promoted the grill pants.
See?
Without that, I wouldn't
That was fantastic.
Yes. So, but anyway, back to the invitation list. I think that's the most important thing for my shows. And I will give them their packet, and I will host coach them.
Right there.
Starting right there.
That's fantastic.
And I'll tell them what I expect of them and why.
Ooh, I like this.
So it's not go brainstorm. I will tell them, now here's a great brainstorming sheet I think you'll find helpful. Instead of just picking out a blank piece of paper, this will help you think of people you wouldn't normally think of.
I like it.
And now typically, and I do pause, so I'm putting emphasis where it's important. Typically about a quarter of the people attend who you invite personally. So you're going to want to invite at least 40 people.
Okay.
But if you tell me, Rebecca, I have 50, 60 names on your list, I will print as many postcard invitations as you want. It's not a problem for me.
Absolutely.
I put them through my printer, so it's done in just a couple of minutes.
Right.
And what I'll do is I'll print the stack and I'll drop them into the mail. So then all I'm mailing to them is a stack of invitations.
That's it.
I don't address them as in to the guest. I put the show information, my contact information, the online ordering instructions. They don't even need to put people's names on. They just put them in mailboxes, take them to work, hand them out at church. It keeps it simple for them.
I agree.
And for me.
They're nice. They're full color. They're inexpensive. Right. That is key.
Because I want to make money, not spend money.
Yes, I agree.
So I don't put a lot of money into my shows.
No. And we shouldn't. We're there, like you said, to make money. And y'all, we will send you, if you request it, we'll send you the template for the postcard invitations. I do have that as well as Rebecca. And then we'll send you the 50 people in 5 minutes if you don't have that as well. So.
And I will tell them with the 50 and 5. I'll say, are you good with that?
Right.
And if they really balk and someone has 30 names on their list, that's fine. What I'll tell them is, this is a great start. If I print a few extras, maybe you'll think of a few more people, or you'll have some friends who want to invite some people. Right. I will do those shows, but I coach them to the maximum. Good. Give them permission to go above 40.
Oh, I like it.
And I'll ask them too, I know your party's not for 2 months, but life is busy.
Absolutely.
Would you mind, do you think you could take 5 minutes in the next couple of days or over the weekend and text me back just how many names you have on your list. I don't need their names or addresses.
Love
I think that's key too.
Right, absolutely, because you are telling them exactly what you need and you're giving them a timeline.
Yes, and if they say, I'm going on a cruise tomorrow, I can't do it I'm going to be gone a week, that's a great excuse, and I'm fine with that. I work with them. But under general circumstances, I'm looking to get that in a fairly timely manner.
Okay, so when you do that, okay, let's say it's been a couple of days. Do you put a reminder on your phone or on your calendar that you are expecting a guest list number from this person on this particular day? How do you remind yourself that you are still expecting that?
I think that's a good way to do it, Christina. However, if you do an electric calendar or a paper calendar like you have today, that's actually what I do too.
Right.
I use the Pampered Chef calendar.
Oh, yeah.
I do Pampered Chef materials.
Yeah.
But I think that's great because I do quite a few shows. Right. I'm quite in tune with where I am with my show, so every day I'm usually flipping through my calendar for the next 2 months to see where I'm at. Good. But your idea is much better. That way you don't want holes. You don't want details like that to fall through. No. And sometimes a week will pass and I've not heard from them and I've dropped the ball in staying in touch with them.
Right, I've done the
I don't want them to come across as nagging either.
No, not at all. Just, hey, have you had a chance to tally up how many invitations you need or something? Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so now you've got the packet in their hands. Right. You've got a date on the calendar. Now what? To make sure that all of those invitations get passed out. And now it's getting, a couple of weeks before the show. Yeah. What are we doing with our hosts?
So I will mail the stack of catalogs to them usually 3 weeks beforehand if we've got that amount of time. Right. If they've booked it out far enough in advance. And I will touch base with them to make sure they got their packet. Right. So that's a good way to kind of gently nudge them. Yeah. Let's start getting those handed out.
Those invitations are very...
Yeah. And I'll tell them, you just want to check to make sure you get your invitations in the mail. And you could probably... It'd be good to start getting those out in the next however many days. Right. 10 days, 2 weeks.
And do you find that your hosts really do, whether they're a strong personality or not, do you find that they really do want some guidance? Tell me what to do to have a good show. Do you find that?
I do. I think it's a simple system. Right. Brainstorm will take them 5 minutes. Then they pass out their invitations and they need to remind people as they see them. It's really efficient.
I agree.
And now I will do some other things for them. I will, of course, set them up online. Right. So guests can, on my website, so people can order online. Okay. And they can go onto my website and set up an account and do the host thing, send out an evite if they want. I really don't push that, say you've got to do this, because that's going to take some time. Absolutely. But I feel strongly that the personal touch has what's helped me. Everyone does their business differently. That's what's worked for me. But if they can hand a postcard to someone or mail it to someone, they take it more seriously.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I love when I get something handed to me personally and, hey, I would love for you to come to my party. That is a true invitation. Or if I get something in the mail that's from a friend, a thank you card or a little invitation or something, it really does make a big difference versus getting just a blanket Facebook invitation when I see that they've invited 350 friends.
You feel really special, don't you?
Oh, man. 1 out of 350.
Since I'm in direct sales, I get invited to a lot of things. Oh, yes. I think people expect it of me.
Oh, absolutely.
And if I just get invited by Facebook,
I don't go.
I pretty much have the policy, I don't even respond.
Right.
You don't have to do that. That's just kind of what, unless it's a very, very, very close person. Absolutely. I just get so many. But I will, there are some technical people out there. Absolutely. And I don't want them to be neglected. When you have people out of town, I definitely want to include outside orders from out of state. Yes. So I will set up a Facebook event. Good. Not posting, but an event. I set it up. Yeah. So I'm a host. I make the host a co-host so she can invite her friends. And I'll post. Not all the time. Every few days. Yes. The recipe, the specials, maybe a tool. Exactly. So I do that. And I will also provide them, oftentimes I do for my host, a little text invite. So you could do Red Stamp. I know we don't have the Pampered Chef
but there's
app
templates.
Anymore. Or not the app, the tiers of template. Right. But you can do just a generic one and pull in the Pampered Chef picture.
Why not?
So that's an option.
Because we all have those on our phones. We've saved them from Facebook and stuff, so we can easily include that in.
Yeah. So I do those other things. Okay. They might take me 5 to 10 minutes, but it to me has been worth it. But I focus on the personal invitation.
Now, how many times do you find that you reach out via telephone, or do you find that text works better for your host, or how are you reaching out?
So I've host coached them, the most important part at the show, if they've booked at the show.
Okay.
And then I will touch base with them over the phone one more time.
Oh, good.
If they, I feel, aren't doing what I want, or you just get a gist with
you
people.
Really
the longer you are in the business, the more experienced you are, you know about personalities. And I may have to re-host coach them. That's happened.
Hey, you have to do it.
Yes. But typically it's one call, and I will then go over, remind them how online ordering works, how figuring out manual orders work, direct shipping, because I really try to promote direct shipping.
That's a beautiful
thing. I will go review the host rewards about the booking benefit in particular. Good. The two things I highlight, well, three things is, I coach all my hosts for $1,000 show.
Absolutely.
So I tell them, usually that's 20 to 25 orders. If that's a $60 order, that's more like 17 orders.
Absolutely.
That's so doable.
It really is.
And booking benefit. So I'll ask for them to look for people to book who don't even come to the show. Right. And then I offer them the business opportunity and the bookings at their shows.
It's fantastic.
So I'll make sure on that call that their postcards are going out. Otherwise, I do a lot of text.
That's great.
That works for people. I ask them ahead of time.
Yeah.
Email, text. I'll reach out to them how they prefer. But if they like text and they respond to me, that's what I do.
I agree. I am all about that, because that is still a personal touch with them. Because whenever I shadowed you at your show before, I remembered hearing you say, now, which way do you prefer to be contacted? Are you telephone, text, Facebook? How do you prefer? And I think that's great, because you've gotten their permission to contact them whatever way works best for them. And you know they're going to answer you.
Right.
You know,
and that's what's most important.
Absolutely.
And sometimes I'll joke.
Yeah.
I'll say, and they tell me phone. I said, well, will you answer your phone? Because literally, I have people say, don't call me. I won't answer my phone.
Absolutely.
Great. That's what I need to know.
Don't know why, but hey, whatever works for you.
Yeah. They're not a paper chef consultant. That's why they don't answer their phone.
We see a number we don't recognize. Oh, yay!
Exactly. That is exactly how I feel.
You never know. I love it. Numbers that I don't know.
I know.
I love it.
I know.
Well, to wrap us up, what do you think would be the number one takeaway for everybody? Is it making sure that they are showing high-priced items at the shows to make sure that they're big shows? Is it guest list? Is it host coaching? What do you think is the key to a successful large show?
Well, I don't know if I can say it's one thing. I really feel like there are multiple pieces.
Okay,
it's the whole circle. They all intertwine.
Good.
And I think too, just being consistent in your business every day, you don't feel like it. And the difference between a successful person and someone who's not is they do the maybe not hard things, but the not so fun things.
Exactly.
When they would rather be out doing something more fun. So being consistent and making it a habit to work your business from your office every day.
That's good.
And you'll get more bookings that way. You'll study your products a little bit.
Right.
Reach out to your consultant. So I think consistency and then just all those other things pieced together.
That's great. And I think too that, and a lot of people that we hear from sometimes say, well, I don't have time to call people, or I don't have time to do host coaching. I think that there are beautiful little pockets of time in our day that we don't recognize, that when we're in the car driving to the bank or driving to get lunch with a friend or something, we can easily call 1 to 2 people. How are you liking your new stoneware? How are you liking the such and such that you purchased at Betty's show? Would you like to know what's going on with Pampered Chef, and make sure that you know what's going on with Pampered Chef? But I think that's a great way to stay in touch with people as well.
If you have the time.
Absolutely.
Because I've done a lot of that. If I don't have a full schedule, then I am reaching out to people.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank you, Christina.
I love it, and I'm just so excited to...
I wish I could be there with you all.
I know. We're going to miss you.
every year.
We're going to miss you.
I really do.
Yes. But thank you for taking the time to reach out to us today. This was great.
Well, my pleasure.
All right. Great. And I hope that you all enjoyed her wisdom. As you can tell, she's got a lot of experience and wisdom. And so hope that you enjoy it, and hope that you get some tidbits for your business for this fall.